Hi, my name is Cruz. I'm from Mid-City, LA. I'm here to demonstrate and showcase my artwork. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. Well, my art stands for the unison within community and how community conveys and sees itself through other people's eyes. I try to convey that imagery through the dioramas that I build, the artwork that I produce, and I would say some of the community events that I put together as well. I tend to curate some artwork here and there for galleries. I tend to do miniatures, do digital artwork and illustrate, and also do flyers for nonprofits. The street art became part of the artwork that I produce solely for the nature of I didn't like the notion of having something painted and the graffiti being removed. Felt like it was diluting a little bit of the actual essences of having that environment be nostalgic to the people that were part of the environment. Whether it's a tiny little tag to a big piece like this where everything revolves around the lettering behind it, not just the image itself. And it's a great way for me to put like little Easter egg hunts in there where it's like, can you find this, can you find that? And also making it contemporary within the artists that are still producing art and the artists that have been producing art within the graffiti realm or the street art realm. Yes, there's some sort of limitation to how I perceive the attention that I put into certain words. DACA is part of my life based on, if it wasn't for being a DACA recipient, I wouldn't have seen the development of my artistic ability, whether it was producing art or working a 9-to-5. So the dioramas were, I would say, something that came about because I had so much time in my hand. There was a time frame where the digital work was really taking much of my time, but there was a moment where the iPad dies, there's no plugins, there's no outlets to recharge it. So within the time frame, I noticed that I had a lot of toys around. It was due to growing up with not enough toys that it gave me a sense of how can I return the favor to the people that see these toys and want to connect with them. Some of them I came across were because of friends that were able to introduce me to 3D makers. Some of the dioramas that I do produce are based off moments that are nostalgic and that have become a little bit obsolete. I have a newsstand that I produce, that I recreate. That was something that was very much communicative to me in my environment based on people looking at the news for La Opinión, for Clasificado, for something where they were introduced with a work method, but at the same time introduced with everything that's going on in their environment. I do artwork on mailboxes, produced 3D miniature mailboxes, large scale and small scale. Also stuff that have been obsolete. We no longer see them anymore, but we know that they were there at one point if you were part of that generation. Same with some of the other dioramas that I produce, which is the statues. A lot of the statues are connective based on souvenirs that people obtain or somehow are relics from their culture, their environment. And I modify them to kind of introduce them to the urban lifestyle that I would say we've grown to become accustomed to if we live in LA or part of California or so. Art Share L.A. has helped me by introducing myself as an artist, not just as showcasing artists at small venues, but also introducing to me the ability of using a space for what it's come to, where it's just to work and also to display, and also helping me reach out my networking with other curators, with other artists, with other gallery owners. So I'm thankful for that. Well, being here at the residency at Art Share L.A., it has helped me think a little bit bigger on the scale dioramas that I'm accustomed to, and at the same time, it has helped me introduce myself into building bigger projects when it comes down to not using so much space back home. Where now that I'm a father, I have a daughter, so it's like it's very limited to what I can do and how I can communicate myself with the audience that I'm trying to reach out to.